Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Gatesy. Welcome to Falls from Iron. This is a Claret View from the Terrace. Before we get into it, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much indeed for joining us. Don't forget, please help the channel out by dropping a like on the stream, subscribing to the YouTube channel, and make sure you hit that bell icon to be notified of any new content as and when we upload it to the channel. Waiting in the background, I've got two very special guests waiting there, armed hopefully with a beer. I've got mine, so this could be quite lively. First in, what brand of beer do you have, Mr. Andy? Oh, yeah, no, it's very, very unbeer looking beer. What's going on there?
Still on my diet, mate. Still going strong.
Yes, getting ready to go on your holidays.
Yeah, nearly a stone now I've lost since last Monday.
Oh, hello. Get you. You're half the man you used to be.
I won't go that far. I'm doing well. I'm detoxing. So I'm on the lemon and lime flavoured water, no added sugar.
Have you got your abs showing yet?
I got my 6-pack, but that's still in the fridge. It's in the fridge still.
Oh, good man. Keep it there. Well, until you drink it, of course. So
yeah, no, definitely.
Shall we bring the other one in? He's sitting there really patiently. I don't reckon he's got a beer. I'm going to wager. I'm wagering he's got a rum and coke at the ready. Let's have a look. Jas, tell me,
hey.
Rum and coke?
It's Scotch and coke.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
So
it had
good
coke. I was half right.
Yeah. I've run out of my favourite rum, and then the ones I got on display I don't want to touch, so I have to go out tomorrow. I think restock. Yeah. So it's the good old. I don't know if you've had it. Famous grouse Scotch.
Oh,
yes.
Don't.
I know. It's not for everyone, but it's yeah. It's
no, I'm just annoyed you're talking about more alcohol.
How long have you been alcohol-free, Milesy?
Since last Monday.
Oh, how's it going? Is it a bit rough?
Oh, mate, I'm still getting the shakes. No, I'm joking.
That's when you got it bad. That's when you got it bad.
No, I'm all good, mate. I'm all good. The hardest thing is when we go to the London Stadium on Leicester at home.
That's going to be hard.
Yeah. So,
yeah. We're meeting up for that, aren't we?
Yeah, I suppose.
Timing's a bit difficult, isn't it? Because
I'm too excited.
It's 8 o'clock, so I'm going to be rushing around, and I try to leave work at 5:30, and then I'm going to get there 7, half 7 if I'm lucky. Hopefully 7. Yeah.
I'm on the annual leave, so I'm good.
I'll be out to have a. I'll be in Blackfriars, and I'll finish at 4 Gatesy, so we can meet quite early, and we'll have. We'll find a pub somewhere, and I'll be on the. I'll have a spirit. I'll be on vodka and slimline tonic, something like that. No calorie shit.
Maybe we'll have signed a centre back by then, boys. What do you think?
No, I reckon David Sullivan's still trying to work out whether we should pay it in 60-year instalments.
What's the date? What's the date of that game again? Monday the
23rd
of August.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's the bloody intern starting that day, isn't he? Bloody hell.
Oh no.
Because I was thinking it might take half a day. All right, bloody hell, I'm always stuck.
Well, no, West Ham comes before work, Jas. Just book it.
It's just, I can't, even if I wanted to have a holiday this year, just not fitting. The manager's away at the moment, camping in the south somewhere. Intern, the one now is leaving this Friday, new one starting 23rd, and then we got 2 projects on the go. Deadlines, yeah. Crazy.
Boys, saying about transfers, have you guys seen this one that's been kicking around fairly recently? I mean, I've seen his name pop up here and there, but it seems to be it's popped up again. How credible it is, I don't know, but it's one that popped up on the old One Football app earlier on today on the website called Offside. Bayern Munich midfielder and French World Cup winner Corentin Tolisso has been linked with the club. Again, you know, this is according to Bild via the Boot Room. Tolisso is up for transfer this summer due to having 1 year remaining on his contract, and it appears that we're interested. Either of you boys seen him play? Jas, you know much about this fella?
No,
or is he
sorry,
a complete unknown to you?
Yeah, unknown.
He's a machine. He's
Okay,
an
Andy.
He's an absolute machine. Box to box. He got his big money move, and as usual, the same as Bayern Munich, they change managers like at dinners as well. So obviously, I think he's just falling down the pecking order. His age is a bit of a not a concern because we could get a couple of years out of him. But
how old is he? What, 27, 28?
Yeah, but
27.
He's played a lot of football. He's played.
Yeah,
That's what I mean. He reminds me of a Rooney type of person. Do you know, who starts a Milno 16, constantly playing, and then when they get to like the latter stages, they sort of burn out. But it'll be a good option to have. But I wouldn't be paying a fortune for him. I think his salary is ridiculous as well.
Yeah, I suppose at Bayern he's probably got to be well paid, but he's in the last year of his contract, so I wouldn't have thought he'd be top dollar. But given that he's a World Cup winner, he's probably going to use that as a bargaining chip, isn't he, to sort of get a few bob extra out of Mr. Sullivan. Bloodstone.
I think us being in Europa is a big plus over so many clubs. That's why I was frustrated why we didn't bring anyone in. I think a lot of the players signing that we've been linked with, who hopefully will get over the line, are coming because of Europa. That's why Tottenham are losing out on so many players. Arsenal, for example, struggling. I think we've got to use this plus thing to advantage, you know? Yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely. He's a good player, like you said. He's 27 Gates here. I've just had a look to confirm.
Yeah.
His value, I know we shouldn't take too much on it, but his value, he's worth 18 million on transfer market. His highest was 40 million a couple of years ago before he got his move. So
yeah.
Where did he go? Where did he come from?
Leon.
Oh,
Leon.
Gotcha. Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, so
another interesting story, not to do with our club, but still around the transfer market. The Tottenham record signing Ndombele, that guy, French.
Yeah, has he moved on?
Nah, they're not interested in him. They said he hasn't got any confidence. He's too quiet, a bit like Anderson. Made a big mistake on him, and they're trying to offload him before he gets too old. The way Tottenham works, so I was a bit
probably
laughing
offering to us.
A bit laughing at that. Yeah, I didn't really rate the guy.
Do you know what?
Anyway.
Do you know what? When I've actually seen him, he's actually a decent player.
Yeah,
I think when I say decent, I think Hellberg coming in and sort of held it back, and their obsession with it.
Yeah, he's not 55 million though.
No, Jazz. He's not that. But you wouldn't say no to him. You wouldn't say no to him. Like but they'll never sell to us anyway.
They said he's just too shy as an individual. But anyway, we can stop the Tottenham chat.
Yeah. What on earth is going on with the Milenkovic signing? I mean, we was told yesterday that he was in Canary Wharf and it was going to be done. And
he is.
I mean, it's 8:10. You know, on a Tuesday. I thought it would have been done by now. Surely.
They reckon it might not even be done by Friday now. That's how much.
Really?
It's all this agent fees, and now Florentina want to add clauses into his contract. So I can imagine it's going to be something. You know, it's going to be something stupid, Gates. It's going to be like a 40% sell-on clause or something because the way Sullivan. You know, it's going to be because Sullivan's fucking messed them about, and I don't want to sound like everyone's all over this, but it's the same for Armstrong. Like I don't know how much Southampton have paid for him, but Newcastle are getting 40% of that. It's going to be something like that. So
I think
they
paid 10 million. Did I hear that right? 10 million, Jazz? Was it?
No. Armstrong fee, I believe, is around 15, 16. Around 15.
Okay.
About 15 million, I think. Yeah.
And you're going to give 40% of that to Newcastle.
That was in the clause of the contract. So that's the thing. What's worrying me, like what Jazz said, like all this hype about him, like he could be the real deal. As soon as a big club comes calling, say for example City, they offer 70 million, and we've got to give 40% of that to Florentina. What's the fucking point?
Tottenham after centre back, aren't they? But if
it's in fucking Canary Wharf, Jazz, excuse me, that's the thing. What's worrying me now? All this shit. Tottenham's no close. Tottenham could just come in. Yeah, I'll pay that. Bang, boom. And this is what's worrying me now.
Yeah. And
Gary's heard it's going to be announced tomorrow. I mean, I hope you're right, Gary. I really do. It's dragging. I think they should have. This should have been done.
When people are having a medical, that always goes all over Twitter. Like he's about to have a medical. I haven't even heard that. And then another website said he's still in Italy waiting for the go-ahead to come in and fly. So there's crazy stories all over the pitch. And then there was one saying he's waiting for Tottenham or another club to come in, but no other club has got as far as we have down the deal. So all these stories all over the place, yeah.
And this is something, just what Cool Kip has put up here. How you doing, Kip? You good? About release clause. This seems to be becoming more and more prevalent in football circles. You know, that players wanting release clauses inserted. That if a club comes in with X amount of pounds, we must be allowed to talk to them. Blah blah blah.
100 million. There we go. 100 million. We'll put a release clause in your contract. You got one.
Like what? Because Jack Grealish had it, didn't he? When he signed that 5-year deal at Villa. You know, between sort of like the last season, beginning of last season, or the end of the season before, whatever way you want to look at it. They said that he had a clause inserted in his contract that, despite the fact it was a 5-year contract, and this was confirmed by Christian Perslow, their chairman, after he got sold to City, that if a Champions League club came in and put £100 million on the table, the club had to let player and club talk to one another. So that wouldn't shock me if that's true. But
well, according to Moyes, we have got a few £100 million player. Well, that's how much we value him.
Did anyone listen to the interview? I didn't. I waited.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was around about 11 o'clock, I think it was.
Okay.
He did give a couple digs at the board.
Did he?
I'll give him that.
Did you sort of take it as that he was giving a dig? I'm not too sure it was. They were sort of digs as such, but you know, I guess it's open to interpretation.
I could tell by his voice, Gatesy, as well. I know Kent put it on there on his Facebook page as well, and I re-listened to it. Yeah, his voice, he seems a bit deflated. I think he's frustrated, like all of us West Ham fans. I don't care. Everyone calls him Dithering Dave and all that. He would want players in the door by now. I don't care. Yeah. I don't care what anyone says. Like,
so you don't think that Moyes is the problem?
No,
you think it's Sullivan?
We are getting, I mean, why? How can David's given him? That's worst scenario. David's given him a list in January, in May, April, and then David takes a step back, and then Sullivan. I mean, which manager would say no to his first couple of targets? The issue is, I think Sullivan doesn't want to let him down, and he spends so long getting those targets over the line. In the end, he can't do it, and then they're running around trying to. Because I think he's seen what David's like, and he's a bit scared of him because David's like, I ain't having that. And David's scared of us, and he's like, shit, you know, he's panicking now. Like, you know, because David says no to target 4, 5, 6. What I'm going to say to the fans, and it's all going to kick off. So,
yeah. But what about this fella? Wheelston's just chipped in. I mean, again, this is another one that we've been linked with here and there. Andrea Bellotti, the Italian striker. What's your thoughts on this, guys?
He's a big guy, wasn't he, in the World Cup, wasn't he? Big old lump, wasn't he? Sub quite often, wasn't he? He's a David Moyes type of player, but I don't think he's very mobile, I think, from what I was watching him. He doesn't run down the channels too often like that. Like, you know, big people do that sometimes, Lukaku, people like that. So I don't think he's that mobile. He'll hold it up and perhaps wait for the free to join him or have a partner next to him.
Not for me.
Again, for me, Daka was the one. He was perfect for us. But
but we pissed around too much and we didn't get the job done, Jazz. Typical West Ham.
We didn't even piss about, Gates. We didn't even put an offer in.
He went straight away, didn't he, as soon as the window opened?
I think we probably would have done if it had gone longer, possibly. But, Leicester were decisive. They went in, bang, here's the money that you're after. Oh, thank you very much. Deal done. So, whereas we just seem to be... Well, as I say, I don't know whose fault it is. I don't know whether it's David Moyes. I don't know whether it's David Sullivan. I don't know whether it's the players that we're trying to buy, their agents, whatever it is. For whatever reason, we just seem to be sort of like really slow to react and slow to get our business done. I mean, like I say, Milenkovic is a case in point. You know, it's like, oh, he's in Canary Wharf. He's having a medical tomorrow. Well, tomorrow was today. And as I say, it's 8:15. Still, we've had no white smoke coming out of Rush Green to announce the signing. So I'm like, what the hell's going on?
I can't see Abraham going Roma either. I can't see it. I don't
That's a weird one.
I don't think they're in the Champions League either. So I'm not sure, Abraham. Mourinho,
and he didn't get along with Mourinho. He never has done.
No, Mourinho kills strikers. If you're a striker, I would never play for Mourinho. No way. You know, he tried to destroy Lukaku at Man United and all the other stuff he's been up to.
Yeah. But
I don't know.
Don't you think it's a shock that no one's coming for Son? I think he's the best guy around, Son. No one's even bothered.
Deal, though, isn't he?
I know.
I was going to say.
Yeah, someone should have grabbed him. Someone of top four with a bit of money. You know, great player. Liverpool, we were slotting to Liverpool like anything, but Liverpool again, money issues. I think quite as anything, trying to shift players out to get money in.
Yeah, I think they've only signed one or two players, and of course, we've been linked with one of their players. Obviously, we'll mention him, and Mr. Fever's mentioned him here. Divock Origi. What are your thoughts, gentlemen? Shall I start with you, Milesy?
Good striker. He's a good striker, but like, no disrespect to him. How many games? I didn't check my homework. That's probably the one thing I didn't check was his percentage of starting games. I can't remember him starting many games.
Doesn't start a lot, does he?
Couple of years, and like certain players like Defoe, Hernandez have that reputation as impact sub. Is that what he's got? Is that? And then
he scored some important goals, isn't he?
Yeah, I said that yesterday. Yeah, I said that he scored important goals. But if Antonio gets injured, I don't think he'll cause damage from the start. I don't want to sound. If he's coming in as a backup, yeah. If he's coming in as a backup, and we're getting another striker in, then I'll be all over that because that's another option, and especially with European football, it could come in handy.
That boy will smash it in Europa. Trust me. He'll smash it in the early rounds. But yeah, sorry, go ahead, Milesy. Sorry.
Yeah, no, that's my point. It's like we mentioned him yesterday, like Tammy Abraham, someone like that. That would be ideal. Someone with both feet, Premier League proven. Origi's not Premier League proven, in my opinion. He's not like smashing it. Do you know what I mean?
I suppose it's difficult to gauge someone that's a perennial substitute. In fairness, but like I say, he's always come on in games that I've seen, look dangerous. He's scored quite often in games that I've watched. The only thing that concerns me is, has his edge been blunted by the fact that he's been that perennial substitute for so long? Because, you know, Lingard obviously came in, and I don't know whether Origi's going to be a permanent signing or a loan. I'm hearing whispers it's more a loan than it is a permanent. But
if we ain't got an option to buy, then I want look what Lingard's done. I'm not over that. I'm not over that. If he comes in and smashes it, Liverpool going to go double his money or whatever. I don't want that situation again. We should be able to go out. I'll give you an example. So we said we had money to spend in January for a striker. We sell Haller. Moyes' target wasn't done. So let's just say 30 million. Yeah, what apparently has been done. We go to the summer, 85 million. Where the fuck's the money? Where the fuck is
I think they're still paying for transfers from Pellegrini's time. I don't think they really spent that 100 cash out of their pocket. I think they're still.
We did blow a lot of money during his tenure, in fairness.
Crazy, absolutely.
Well, come out and say that. Come out and say that, and not dig the fans up, saying you've got say we ain't got a pot to piss in. Like, don't come out and get the fans high rate saying we've got 85 million and we haven't.
I think.
Do you think that they did that because they were worried about season ticket sales, perhaps?
Probably, that's a bit of it, isn't it?
No, that's the one thing. That's the one thing I will say is we proved it at Upton Park when we get relegated. The fans are loyal. As much as they hate the owners, we hated them when they employed Avram Grant. They got us relegated. We still sold over 30,000 season tickets. I don't think that will ever happen. As much as we hate them, I couldn't do it. I don't know about you, Jas. Could you give your season ticket up now?
No, we don't think like that as West Ham fans. We don't hold a club ransom for trophies. We're not in it for trophies, are we? We'd love to be, but our love goes back much deeper and further than that. And like you said, we're not fly by plastic off the road fans. All the history we talk about, it's in the family, isn't it? You know, or you're born in the area, or you don't just become West Ham fans like that. There's a deeper link than that. But with Origi, The issue is nobody plays two up front, and I love two up front. So if there's two up front, Origi's not an issue, Batshuayi's not an issue, but it's just getting that one physical. It's like a superhuman being like Harry Kane, or there's not many around who can hold it up, head it up, run left, run right. There's not many of them around, so that's why if Origi came as one of two, I'll take it. But on his own, with no one else coming in, it's going to be a bit hard for him. I like him, but I think he might. I don't think he'll suffer like Haller, but it might be similar to that, where he's much better than Haller, no doubt. But it's a big pressure as well. I know there's a lot of pressure playing for Liverpool, but look at the players around him in Liverpool. I think Origi is better than no one coming in, isn't it? Yeah.
So this is what puts me off. So I've just had a look. Obviously, that's not including. This is total. So 284 games, 59 goals, 23 assists, and that's a goal on average.
Origi.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to look at the subs though. How many of his appearances are subs? As to be fair.
Yeah. No, I'm just.
Do you know how many starts?
I haven't looked at that yet. I'm literally looking at it on my phone. But he's played 13,530 minutes of football in all competitions.
Since he's been a Liverpool player?
No, everywhere.
Okay.
Another interesting point, because I think David has only began to construct his scouting team this summer, if I'm right. And our scouting director can't even work, isn't it, until January?
He's on gardening leave.
Yeah. So I think in the next couple of windows...
he's the City fella, isn't he?
Yeah. You see a big difference in the next couple of windows. It's still hard for David at the moment on his own, and God knows, I don't know if he sends Nolan on some missions or things like that. So it's like we need a Saka, don't we, in the second division of France? I'm sure they're out there. Like we all know they're out there, but David is diligent. He doesn't trust anyone, and you can't blame him, So he ain't gonna go out there till he gets his own people in the field.
Because that's what dropped today was what X said. Apparently, Moyes wants to be involved in the meetings with negotiation on transfers. David Sullivan's not going to flip in like that with fucking Mr. Salthouse, is he?
I don't really see what the problem is there, Milesy.
I do, because
he's the manager, for Christ's sakes.
But Pellegrini, all of them are yes, man. And Dave, like you said, David Moyes, Jas said it. David Moyes is the club. He does everything. He goes to youth games. He goes to games. He does this. He does everything by himself, and he wants his run the particular way. And Sullivan doesn't like that. He doesn't like it.
He's all about ego.
He's an old school manager, David. Like John Lyle, he'll put the cones out. He takes the coaching lessons himself. So many managers don't take the coaching lessons. They buy the players. They have a word with them, put their arm around them, but there's someone else actually coaching. He's all hands on. First one in the training ground, last one out.
Because someone said that, I can't remember who done it. It was a former Man United player, and they said they only used to see Fergie on Friday afternoon after he's put his bets on for the horse racing. They let his coaching staff do it for the whole week.
Same as
Fergie didn't generally get involved in the coaching side of things. He'd leave that to people like Carlos Queiroz or Steve McLaren or Mike Phelan or whoever. He would tend to sort of like just sort of say, just do whatever. And then he'd pick the team on a Saturday, set it all up, and but everybody's got their own way of working. I mean, that worked for Fergie, and obviously this way works for Moyes, and da. So I'm not particularly bothered which way the manager sort of does it, but I don't really see that there's a problem with having what's the problem with having the manager there in a negotiation? I don't really see the problem with that, unless unless you boys can think of something I haven't thought of.
Katie, I'm for it. I'm for it.
I think David's like us. He doesn't trust him, but there's a way. He's his boss, so you can't say it too directly. Kind of a fight with him. You got to maneuver politically around him to get what he wants out of it. It's a shame because if you had a great, honest, face-to-face relationship with chairman, it's a wonderful thing, but it doesn't happen anymore, really. But another interesting thing is. God, carry on. I forgot what I was going to say now about a player. Linked. Yeah.
That was just me that did that.
So many things going around in my head. Yeah. Carry on, gentlemen. Carry on. Yeah,
do you ever have that where you walk into a room and you sort of go, "What are they coming here for?"
Is that normally what the wife asks you to do, and then you forgot?
I'll tell you what I do. I do a lot of drop-offs for kids going to various places. I do. And sometimes I've gone down the wrong road where perhaps it's their gym, but you should have dropped them off at the school, but our mind's gone down that lane. And a couple of times that's happened to me because going all over the place, dropping them off. But that's it.
Oh, it's come back to you.
Going back to Zuma, I think I would prefer the Liverpool guy with Milenkovic. Them two together.
Phillips.
Yeah,
what, Phillips?
Yeah. I think he's more stable.
Still possible.
He's a good. I think he's a good chap. Zuma, I don't know with him. Is he greedy for money? Is he blows hot and cold? He's a big unit. One thing I can't remember out of the two, apparently Zuma's not good on the floor in terms of distribution. You guys would know better than me about that, perhaps. I don't know if that matters a lot with us. And Miles is good at that. Miles, do you know out of all of these who are left-footed, who are right-footed? Usually you want left and right, don't you, together?
Well, the one that I sort of dropped thingy, and it on Sky Sports News today, I can't stand the flipping Dame Chef and Carvajal, but they're saying Kalaftakal again we're heavily linked. They need the money bad.
I don't know anything about him. Yeah, is he all right?
He's the Croatia one who played against England in the first game.
And he's the one who's a left back. He can play at fullback as well, can he? I think.
No, he plays on the left side. Okay. He's right-footed, but he plays on the left. And I'd be all over that. If we could get Milenkovic,
I thought he put Harry Kane in his back pocket, Milesy.
He did, mate. He did, and he's not. Croatia sort of reminds me of Serbia. Do you know that the big built, solid, no
Eastern
nonsense,
Europeans, Mitrovic, all them lot. Yeah, solid.
Yeah,
they're hard, aren't they?
Vidic, all them lot. Yeah.
But no, that'll be the one for me. But I remember left back still concerns me, but apparently that's pretty much nearly done as well.
What, that Purvis Estupinan?
Yeah,
the one
Villarreal.
Villarreal, yeah. That popped out of nowhere the other day, didn't it?
Are we really going to get these, 4 we're looking at over the line? Oh, okay, let's see. I hope so. Well,
they're going to have to get
there's no transfer fee. They're all loans with options to buy. That's what Sullivan wants.
I know Origi's going to be 4 or 5 million loan fee. That one will be.
But as you said, they need to have a sort of like an option or an obligation, whichever, to buy, so that the price is agreed up front, rather than there's like the Lingard situation happening again, where is he coming?
That's going to happen. Coming? That's happening. You think? Yeah, I can see it.
You think he'll come with senses?
It'll literally be on deadline day, like when he signed for us on the thing on Lingard.
I've got a feeling. Yeah. I don't know. But the thing is, Leicester. If Maddison goes to Arsenal, then they go in for him. They're going for Lingard. Leicester. They've been after him for a while.
I can't see Maddison going to Arsenal. I can't see it.
No.
Why would he want to go there?
Apparently he wants to, because they're still a big name club. They're still a big club, aren't they? In London,
they've got European football.
No, but it's just, Arteta is building something there apparently, and he wants to go.
I mean, train set.
No, but still Leicester, still in people's minds. It's not Arsenal, is it, in your mind? And Korea's small, isn't it? I know what you mean. I mean, Leicester's a great, exciting project. They're making the ground bigger now. I heard. So done.
How are they going to afford him though?
That's where Lacazette and the other Aubameyang is. We don't even know. That's what I mean. This last week in this window, we don't know who's going to drop out the trees, who's going to catch them. It's going to be madness. But then you've got to think about Gatesy, Milesy. Go back to the rules again. How many people can we loan from the Premiership? I think it's 2.
I think it's 2 home-based, isn't it?
And
2 and 2.
And 2 foreign.
Okay, and you can't get 2 from the same club, because Liverpool. We got loads of players on loan. Liverpool we're interested in, the Ox and Shaqiri and all those people.
Coming.
I would love
his name mentioned as well.
I would love Ox on loan. I would seriously, because he can be the diff. Don't get me wrong, he's not played out wide for a few years, but I remember. But he was fit for most of last season. Klopp just didn't play him. That's the difference. He wasn't injured, and I tell you what, that season before,
I was solid.
When in that Champions League quarter final against Man City, I remember, and even in the league, he's different gravy. And the one thing is, what we lack is a player running through midfield with the ball. Souček's great running off the ball, getting in the box, but we've not got someone. Rice can do it from a certain aspect. But to drive with the ball through the centre.
That reminds me of, remember Berkovic on our videos?
Yeah.
Cracking player,
isn't that what Ben Rama's going to do for us, hopefully? I think he can. Hopefully. Yeah, I think
no, but I'm more of a central player, Jas. More of a not a number 10. But like for European games, Rice and Souček, as much as I love them, they're not going to be able to play 48, 90-minute games, are they? Do you know what? I'm being realistic. Like it's that, and especially
Lanzini?
Europa League as well. Europa League, you could rest one of them and put Ox in there, or do you know what I mean? Or go into a free.
Yeah, Lanzini used to do it. Maybe he could do it, but Lanzini, you can't play him every game. You got to look after him, rest him.
I'd be cool with Oxlade-Chamberlain, but as I say, the injuries are the things that concern me. So I think it would have to be, in my opinion, I think. I mean, how long has he got in his contract? He's got 2 years, something like that.
He's not going out on loan. Klopp said no. He's had a brilliant pre-season. I'm not letting him go. Klopp, he's staying. Ox, yeah. He's had a really good pre-season, and Klopp has it. He can't bring anyone in, can he? So he's got to get out. Origi, he'll let Origi go.
There's a few people in the chat saying that you can have as many foreign loans as you like. I've got to be honest, I don't know. But I mean,
I'm looking. Premier League clubs may not register more than 2 players on loan at once. The maximum number in the same season is 4. On no circumstances should there be more than the same. Okay, I'm reading more.
Okay, so 2 in each window.
Fulham had, someone mentioned, Wheelstone, I think it was, or was it Ken, made the point that Fulham had quite a few loan players. Obviously, one of them is a player that we've got on loan now in Areola.
I think we should have looked into that Sao Paulo kid. He's been linked with us. I know nothing about him.
Igor Gomes.
Yeah, then they said we're going to hit work permit issues if we go down that route. There's a lot of the South American players.
Because but I think it's largely to do with how many caps he's had for the national team within the last 2 years or something. And if he hasn't, then I think there needs to be some exceptional reason, given by West Ham as to why he should be given a work permit. And I don't think he ticks the boxes. The thing that made me laugh with this kid, I say quick kid, is they described him in the piece that I read about him as a wonder kid, and then in the next paragraph they said he was 22 years of age, and I was like, well, he's a little bit older than a kid.
He's all right. But it'd be interesting to see that Uruguayan guy Villa got from Norwich, a 38 million guy. Like he scored 16 goals from midfield, didn't he? From Norwich to Villa.
Who was this?
Begins with B. What's his name?
Banter.
Banter.
Oh yeah.
He's got a bit of a knock for the start. Keep an eye on him. Keep an eye on Sarr, Watford. Joshua King, he's ended up with Watford. Crappy little 1 or 2 year contract. Got nowhere near the money you would have got elsewhere.
How close do you think that came last season, Jas?
I think Bournemouth.
I heard he was on his way up the M3 to sign.
I think they both got greedy. The club and the player stupidly got greedy and just put the club off. The requirements kept going up and just left a bad taste in the mouth. And then Everton, he did sod all at Everton, and then I hate when players do that. It would have been a good move.
So the Premier League clubs may not register more than 2 players on loan at any time. The maximum number of loans registered in the same season is 4, and no circumstance shall more than 1 be more from the same club at any time.
Yeah, that's what I thought. And
4 in total.
But 4.
Here's one for you boys to get your teeth into. Ademola Lookman. What do you think?
Yeah, I think he's all right. He's a bit like.
I wouldn't have him on penalties, to be fair, Kipper.
Well, there is the one you covered, Gatesy, the Fulham. You covered someone 3-4 days ago, didn't you?
Fella. That's this fella. Fabio Carvalho.
Yeah. So that was interesting.
Despite his Portuguese name, as you might have seen on the stream, he's actually representing England under 18s. He's been at Fulham since he was about 10, there or thereabouts. Wow. So, I'll be honest, I've not seen the kid play, but Kent has seen him play, and he says that he's good. He's a good player, and he'd be. What do you good investment?
What's going to happen to Sandenberg at Sheffield United? Arteta wants him.
Mate, we're full favourites to sign him.
Who's third, second, and first?
Arsenal, Liverpool, and Everton, I think, and Everton, and then us.
Because he's the future holding, right? He can do everything, and he's always been tipped for the top.
How the hell are 2 teams that haven't got any European football ahead of us in the pecking order? I know you could turn around and say, "Oh yeah, but it's Arsenal are a bigger name, so there's a bigger allure and this, that, and the other." But surely we should be able to use European football as a bargaining chip, for Christ's sake.
Yeah,
I don't understand why
it's David Sullivan,
beaten to the punch
It's David Sullivan.
I know, but it's just. But this is where Moyes needs to get involved and say to Sullivan, "Fuck off. Let me sort of get involved."
No, the problem is you can't speak to the player until the bid's accepted, and Sullivan.
I know that. But...
Yeah.
No, I know, but it does happen, Jazz. We all know that there are players.
But they said it not last night. I can't remember what other night when I was talking into Lake. We were talking about transfers, and he says, it's like 9 times out of 10, a player doesn't want to leave the club. The way the player wants to leave the club is talking to the manager, and I believe Moyes has got the capabilities to flipping any top quality player. He'll be able to convince, in my opinion, to come and sign for West Ham. He's got that great mentality.
I think that works. Yeah.
And like if fucking Sullivan's not even getting to the negotiation, that's where his targets are gone. It's not like we're talking to him and go, "Oh, do you want to come to West Ham?" We're stumbling on the first block, isn't we, Jazz?
That's the thing with Milenkovic.
I'm just getting a drink. I'm talking to you. Sorry.
Yeah, that's the thing with Milenkovic. We're still in there because there's no second club in competition, but. The issue is if the player wants to come to us, but we're in competition with another club offering more money, then it's hard. But Milenkovic, I think we're the only club in for him who've gone this far. That's why Tottenham are hedging their bets against signing the other chap from Atlanta, isn't he? I forgot his name, centre back. So they're waiting for someone else, and then obviously it's a roll-on effect from Kane's imminent transfer, isn't it? If that goes through, then Tottenham are going to start throwing 50s and 20, 30 million up to free players.
You still think he's going?
Nah.
Do you know what? I could give an answer, but Daniel Levy's such a unique character. You don't know what you get with him, but I don't know. What's his price going to be in January? Is it going to go down by another 10, 15? I don't know. I think
depends, I suppose, if he plays. I mean, I don't know. Is he going to go on strike like Payet did? I mean, could he?
I'm just thinking about the Tottenham new manager. He's got a really hard job on his hands managing that club at the moment. I think it's.
Oh yeah.
I think that's Nuno. Nuno's going to get done. Levy's going to chuck him out in Jan. I think Nuno's going to struggle with all this upheaval. What's going on? I think he's a scapegoat for all the crap that's gone on in the past. But I'm not sure.
Shaqiri's off to Lyon apparently.
Yeah, I mean Messi's going to get over the line tomorrow, and they'll have five strikers, won't they? Icardi, Mbappe, him, and
Di Maria.
Did you know how much Messi's getting?
35 million a year.
35 million euros after tax.
He took a pay cut. He took a pay cut.
A day. Yeah,
poor lamb.
A day. That's why he's crying, wasn't he? Yeah.
Poor lamb. He's taken a pay cut.
And then Braithwaite, apparently, Tottenham want Braithwaite, but Braithwaite said he's signed on some kind of agreement with West Ham. All these crazy stories out there.
Let Tottenham have him. He didn't exactly pull out many trees in the Championship for Middlesbrough. He's got about a 1 in 4 goal ratio throughout his career. Tottenham, they can have him. They can have him.
Talking of strikers, did you see who signed for Watford as well? I didn't know. Ashley Fletcher went to Watford as well.
Yeah,
Did he? On a free.
Yeah, they got the whole team on a free. 8, 9 of them they grabbed. Yeah.
So we've got Danny Rose, Ashley Fletcher.
You know when you're trying to, like in the old days, you used to hitch a lift. They were on a motorway, like, all right, come in, get in the car, mate. Come on, let's go.
They're at the
It does seem that way.
Services.
They're on the first. What's the first services on the M1 as you're coming from? As you're going up that one on the left.
Is it Toddington?
Come in.
Yeah, there they are. Look, just the next junction to Watford. That's where they are.
I reckon they've got 2 big heavy bouncers, grab them by the neck and throw them in the back of the van. Come to Watford, mate. Come to Watford. Lovely town. Great shopping centre. Harry Potter's World's down the road. Come down, mate. Elton John, homeboy.
But we're about to,
don't go breaking my heart, Jazz.
I watched this film a couple of months ago. I enjoyed it. I thought it was great. Yeah, I watched this film a couple of months on Sky.
That is ridiculous. 100 million euros a season, and I'm guessing, Fo, that was probably after tax. That is.
Well, Everton.
How can you justify that?
Everton are not signing anyone, have they? They're not signing anyone.
Didn't they get Townsend?
Free, wasn't it? I think free.
And Gray 1.8 million.
Yeah, Demarai Gray. Yeah. He was in Germany, wasn't he?
Yeah. They took a loss on him. They paid about 5 million, I think, from Leicester in the January, and then they've sold him in the summer.
Well, the problem with the previous manager, he bought loads of 30-year-olds, didn't he? Alan is 30, 31. Rodriguez is injury prone in his late 20s, and he sticks.
Did you hear him this week? Sorry, I know it's a West. He's crying. Yeah, I cried. I only signed for Carlo and I want to go. And apparently he's crying at the training ground. Like crying.
What?
Yeah, he's crying.
Grow a pair. What is this? This is James Rodriguez.
We all know that's true. I mean,
what a prick.
Madrid.
Seriously. This is like modern day Joey Beecham.
Yeah.
Christ's sakes. Obviously we're about to obviously start the season, chap. So let's have a little chat. I'll start with you, Milesy. League, Cups, Europe. How do you think this season's playing out? I know a lot of it is dependent upon who we sign, so it's a little bit of a difficult question for you to answer. But stuff it. We're here. We've got you haven't got a beer. I've got a beer. He's got his whiskey and Coke. We've got the people in the chat, and you guys, you don't get away with it as well. You guys out there in chat land, get involved. So what do you think we're going to do? Cups, Europe, league positions.
Right, we'll go around the room as well, so we can all. So we'll start with Premier League. So Premier League for me, I think we're going to finish 8th.
Okay, that'd be decent considering we've got Europe.
I think we'll finish 8th, and I'm buzzing that we're in Europe, but I think that will come to bite us for the last bit of the season. I think this first half of the season, I think we're going to come straight out the traps. I think we're going to be amazing.
We're going to beat Newcastle?
Yes. I said it. I'm thinking. I said 4-1.
Wow.
Well, Newcastle, I think Callum Wilson, after what I said earlier, he's bloody fit. I think him and Maxine, whatever, he's fit.
They're fit. Yeah, they broke their leg, but they're fit. I don't believe anything what they
Ryan Fraser was a waste of money in the end, wasn't he? Ryan Fraser, didn't he?
Oh, he's a midget. Have you seen him in real life?
Yeah.
I remember when I went to Bournemouth. I went to Bournemouth away, and I mistaked him for a ball boy. Like literally, he's like that tall.
Yeah, seriously.
He's like 5'4".
Yeah, tiny. Yeah.
But no, I reckon. Yeah, like I said, I think we'll have a good start, but I think we'll slowly ease off, but we'll be comfortable. I reckon we'll be safe again by late January, early Feb, and I think we'll finish 8th. Premier League first.
That'll be decent. Cups.
Oh, I thought we were going to go around the room.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Yep. Jazz, go on. Give us a league prediction.
Yeah, the key question is we finish 6th, and then what you do, you look at Tottenham, Villa, Everton, and Arsenal, and think how many of those 4 are going to go above you. And I think
okay. We're not even going to finish it. It happened to Thingy last night, didn't it?
It's like an episode of EastEnders. That was the duff moment. He'll be back in a minute. It's probably his battery or something.
Right, Gatesy, what about you?
Oh, jeez. Hang on. Here he comes. Hang on. Wait a minute. We'll get back into it.
Hey!
I've got to have a look at that. It happened 3 times last time. I just remember now. I don't know why it just keeps conking me out every now and again.
What, you on your phone or your tablet or something?
Phone, always been on the same format phone, but it just seems to cut me out suddenly about 3 times, wasn't it, last time? But Everton, we'll finish above Everton. Villa, Tottenham, Arsenal will finish ahead of. That leaves Tottenham and Villa. Yeah, let me go for 7th. I'll say 7th. Yeah,
that'd be decent.
I'll say 7th. Yeah, because just wait for that last 2 days. Lingard over the line, 1 or 2 strikers, 2 centre backs, maybe 1 guy from Egypt worth £2, and we'll be laughing, mate. So see how that goes.
Worth £2. That's excessive.
Put it that way. One more point. Put it that way. You know when we used to get that issue where West Ham are trying to bring him in, but what it is, they got to get 1 out or get 1 in. We ain't gonna have that issue with our squad, are we? We don't.
Chelsea do that though, didn't they? Chelsea do that. I mean, they they're not getting rid of Abraham until they brought Lukaku in.
No, but they used to say we got such a big squad, like in the pot, we got to get one out to make room to bring Wayne. We got loads of room. I think so.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to go.
Lucky.
I'm going to go ninth. I'm going to go ninth because I think we might go a bit further in Europe than people think.
Hang on, James. You wouldn't have said 6 last season, did you, son? You thought we were going to go down, so be quiet. Anyway, carry on.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
You're just negative, mate. Yeah. Come on, you Irons. Look on the positive side.
Yeah, anyway, that's it.
Yeah, I think 7th.
I'm going to say ninth. I agree with Milesy. I think we're probably going to, have a good start to the season. But I think probably sort of like the last third of the season or so, the European run might start to, show its effect on people's tired limbs and all the rest of it. And also the Euros as well is going to have an impact, for certain players like Souček, like Sofal, like Rice, he's denying it, by the way, Jas. He's denying it.
James, don't worry, it's just fun and games with James. I was going to say, now I forgot again. No, that's it. So I think the good thing is we look good in pre-season. I know that doesn't matter anything, but unbeaten only happened twice, and I know the last season was Avram Grant.
And I was going to say we was unbeaten under him, weren't we?
And I think there's again the bonding on the training ground between the players is another level. The feel-good factor. They all just love each other, and I'm not sure that's easy to do at a lot of clubs. So we built a really good framework there. And if we get 4 or 5 over the line, which I think we will, that'll make the difference, I think, and we'll be all right.
Shots fired here, Jas. Shots fired.
No, James wouldn't say that, really. No one says that to Jas. No, James. No, you wouldn't, would you? Nah. You don't want me on your back. Nah.
Another player who's just dropped. Sorry, I know we're talking about the thingy.
Yeah.
Real Madrid need the money, and Luka Jovic has opened up again.
Yeah, I think a few people mentioned him earlier in the chat.
Yeah,
but
I think he's just struggled like Haller, isn't he? Really,
because he was Haller's strike partner at Frankfurt, wasn't he?
Yeah, and they're both not quite hit those numbers, have they? Really? And I was told I haven't followed it, Miles. You might know Haller. I heard Haller's come down towards the end of last season. It started off really well. And then
he makes me laugh though. Like literally, he goes like, "We're building for the new season," blah blah blah, and you just see when he scores his goals, even out there, Jas. I saw him score a couple of goals. The first few, he was like all excited, proving a point. But since then, he's done fuck all. He just walks around.
I just think that's his personality. I just think he's just
a prick.
One of those. I mean, do you remember? I mean, going back sort of like way back, Cantona had scored an absolute worldie of a goal. And I remember the goal he scored against Sunderland at Old Trafford. He went past over many people, and he chips it and bends it into the top corner past the Sunderland goalkeeper, Lionel Perez. And everyone's going mental, and he's just standing there like, yeah, that's fine, not a problem. I just think he's one of those type of players. I just think he's, he scores a goal, and he's like, yeah, fine. I've scored a goal. It's my job. So what?
But when he scored against Watford, third game in, he was quite happy then. And I thought the dog's bollocks. Same as Anderson.
To be fair, I don't think we played to Sebastian Haller's strengths. I sort of felt a bit sorry for him because obviously once the guy that signed him was turfed out and obviously Moyes replaced him and it's a completely different style of play and all the rest of it. I don't think he suited David Moyes' style of play, and vice versa, sort of thing. So it was 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. Yeah, you could turn around and say he was lazy, but if you gave him the service, he knew how to put the ball in the back of the net. But just fundamentally, he wasn't aligned to the way that David Moyes wanted to play. And he said as much in the TalkSport interview. He said it was sort of like just as much me as it was the club, if you will, but he said he was never disrespectful to the club. He was like, West Ham's a great club. I enjoyed my time there, blah, blah, blah. It just didn't work out. It's one of those things.
James, get me on one of your other channels and we'll have a one-to-one again. If you want to go through last season, I'll shut you up, mate. Get me on one of your other channels.
Do you want him on?
Yeah,
do you want him on?
Bring him on.
Do you want him on? Right, okay.
Yeah, bring him on.
Right, hang on a minute.
Come on, mate. Get on there.
Right.
Get off the keyboard.
Just you two carry on chatting. I'm going to get the link sent over to him. And if he wants to come and talk turkey with you, Jazz, this could be interesting.
I love it. Bring it on. It's been a while.
Yeah, so I've just had a look. So yeah, that's what they're saying. So Dean Garner left last summer.
Yeah.
All the money being given to Moyes in January. So that was 18 million.
Yeah.
Hilaire leaves. Said that we'll have up to 30 million to spend on the striker. Bear in mind we sold him for 20.
Yeah.
James Fever's aged. How you doing, Mike? You good?
Yeah, not bad, mate. Yeah, got over the weekend just.
Yeah.
Oh, Mike, I haven't spoken to you, mate. How you doing? You all right?
Yeah, all right.
Good lad.
My daughter's wedding the weekend.
Check your WhatsApp, Mr. Fever.
Good lad.
Yeah, no.
I've sent him the link. He's got a WhatsApp message.
What do you reckon about these transfers then, Mike?
Oh my God, mate! We was on about it last night, weren't we? Oh God.
Yeah, but
don't go to bed.
It's dragging, isn't it?
Don't go to bed.
Yeah. If I didn't go to bed, I'd have bags under my eyes. I mean, it's been painful, isn't it?
It's ridiculous, mate. This can't carry on like this, can it? We've got to get on with it and do some business.
Yeah. What do you think the problem is? Do you think it's Sullivan or Moyes?
I don't know, mate. I really don't know. I think Moyes wants them. I really do, but I don't know, mate. I really don't know. It's just dragging on far too long now. This business has got to be done, hasn't it? You can't use the excuse of international clearance taking too long and all that. I mean, that should all be done by now. If it's happening.
Yeah. I mean, but there's a lot of clubs haven't done anything, which is really weird, isn't it? Like, you can point fingers. Arsenal had they have a meltdown all the time. Liverpool are going nuts. There's so many clubs who've just not got Newcastle. I know Newcastle always bit the way they are anyway. Maybe do we blame the Euros a bit? People coming back late from holidays. Is it unique?
I've got 2 blue ticks from Mr. Fever. Yeah. I've just got to wait for him to turn up in the green room.
Right.
I think he might be incoming, Jazz, just for you.
Is he
incoming? Fucking hell, it's taking his time, isn't he? Come in there, you get.
Maybe he's having a quick shave and he's putting some brute round his chops just for you. I don't know. I mean, he's just sort of sprucing himself up. He's getting his baseball cap on and making himself look presentable.
He goes to sleep looking like that. He doesn't need to get presentable. He doesn't need to get changed, does he?
Oh dear. Sorry, Mike. Carry on.
No, mate. I just think that everyone's just waiting for someone else to do something, aren't they? I think there's a lot of there's going to be a lot of knock-ons. You know what I mean? Well, like teams are waiting to sell someone to get someone in, and all that's happening at the moment. And teams aren't going to get rid of someone until they get someone else in, and that's holding things up. I think all the way. So.
But you say that like Armstrong. I don't even think Southampton didn't even make a bid before Danny Ings went. What was less than a week ago? Yeah. And suddenly in 3-4 days, I know he's based UK. Is that easy because you don't have to fly anyone in and language barriers and things like that? But we've seen players get over the line within 3-4 days. Or like Villa with Ings, similar. Yeah.
It can be done. There's no doubt about it, mate. I mean, it can be done, but we don't seem to be able to do it, do we?
Well, that's actually interesting. Imagine if the agent had both players. That's interesting. That'll be quick, wouldn't it?
You've got it, Mr. Fever. You've got it on your WhatsApp. I've got 2 blue ticks this end, so you've had the message. You've opened it, so there you go. Help yourself.
Yeah, no. It's what I would love to have is just the actual confidence what the players may see of a couple of players coming in. I want them before this Newcastle game because, like Antonio, even though Origi might not be match fit, I don't know how much he's played in pre-season. But let's just say, for example, Origi comes in before Friday. Antonio knows if he's not pulling his weight, he could actually come off. Do you know what I mean? Not I'm going to play for the 90 minutes, even if I play crap. It's competition. Milenkovic, exactly the same thing. Diop, Dawson. If we don't, perhaps we might not get a game. So. That's what we need. We need fresh phrases and competition.
Definitely, mate. There's no pressure on him, is there? I mean, he wants 2 players for every position, but we ain't got that at the moment.
I'll tell you what. when David Moyes retires, I'm gonna be the first one to buy his book because he's gonna be all in there, isn't it? Saying January. David, look, he's on striker since January. Come on, you know.
He must have had an idea of who he wanted, Jas, mustn't he? He must, you know, a manager that's been a Premier League manager for 20 years, a manager that's managed Everton, Manchester United. He must. Look who's in the green room.
Yeah.
Guess who it is, Jas?
Sir James.
Here he comes. Where's your baseball cap? Where's your baseball cap? What's going on?
Put your baseball cap on.
Well, man, I'm glad we've got Moyes and Rob can be the refs and Mike can be the physio when Jas comes back. Do you know what I mean?
I'm going to let you two go at one another. Crack on.
Nah, I just don't believe we're going to finish 7th this year, mate. I think a lot of the games will overrun us and we will get burned out towards the end of the season. We'll probably finish if we finish in the top 10, we've had a result. And that's me being realistic.
Yeah, as I say, I think 9th. I think that the same as Milesy, I think we're going to come flying out of the traps. I think we're going to have a good season. I think we're probably going to go further in Europe than people might think, and that's going to cost us in the league. And I think the last third of the season will probably take an effect. That and the fact that we've had key players involved at the Euros like Rice, Souček, Tufal. You know, so I think that's going to have an impact. So I think we'll probably just sort of slightly peter out a little bit and finish 9th. But
if we finish
I think we're going to make quarterfinals of the Euros.
I think we get beat by a Champions League team. If I'm honest, I think Champions League team. I think we'll finish 2nd because don't forget we're the 3rd seed. I think in the Europa League, so we're going to get 2 good seeds in our group. You know, I think we might just get out of the group.
In the comments, Mitrovic has been mentioned by Jake. Is that true? Is he coming? I've been waiting for him bloody 2 years.
No. It's Milenkovic.
Oh, sorry,
Milenkovic.
And 92% done. Okay.
Yeah. Thing is, unless it's 100% done, we'll probably find a way to cock it up.
Look. Can I have a word? 2-3 things. Like I was saying, I'm not sure James listeners. We've had a good pre-season. And I think apart from one player, maybe we're fairly fully fit. Happy camp. But what it is, it's hard to judge before the window's shut. Someone could bring in 3, 4, 5 players, and then we're looking at it a bit differently. I mean, every club, I think, apart from Leicester, Man City, Man United, they're all having quiet windows. So I don't know if the Euros is affecting it. If it's going to go absolutely ballistic. If kind of Maddison goes to Arsenal, you got Lacazette up for grabs, Aubameyang, Kane goes, Tottenham are chucking 50, 30 million at people, and we're grabbing. So but at the moment, I said 7th with the thinking that I think we'll finish ahead of Everton, and I think we'll creep over the line of top. I think Tottenham got a lot of internal politics. I think their manager's going to suffer. He's a good lad, but I think he's got a lot of shit on his hands at the moment.
Which I will praise Jas on this one, even though me and Jas do have a little bit of a clash from time to time.
I've
got to say this. But Jas called this with Nuno Espirito Sanchez, months ago, 4 months ago. I'll never forget it. He said the next manager at Tottenham will be Nuno. And I'll never forget when he signed. I was like, I messaged Jas.
Wish I put some money on it, mate. You should have given me the odds.
I've just put Jas and James next to one another so they can throw pies and
I'll just
stop staring at it, ref. Stop staring at it.
I don't know about anyone.
I should probably go in the middle, see if I'm reffing it. So there you go.
We need the old custard pies from the old Cracker Jack. Do you remember? Do you remember the Gooing machine? Do you remember, Gatesy? We should go to naughty.
Yeah.
You remember?
Oh yeah, I'm old enough to remember that. Sadly.
Yeah. So James, I think Villa. Yeah, they look quite up for it. Good World Cup run.
Shall I throw a hand grenade in? People watching in the chat, this could get interesting. Jas, I'm going to say one word to you.
I know what he's going to say.
Benrahma.
Yeah, really happy with him. Really happy. He's hit the form running. I saw the Antonio bit. The club are just saying, they're saying he's had a great pre-season. He's been buzzing. And like I was saying, if you remember, he's been to the gym. He looks big. Upper body strength is there. He looks really happy. And he himself said, he goes, I didn't really have a good pre-season before he joined us. So I'm trying to remember what happened. I think he's put in and out, injured, or maybe his mind wasn't quite sure.
Signed in like the end of September, isn't it? Because that's how long
right
the window was open.
Right at the end after Anderson went, and he said, and then perhaps because we're not professional footballers, we don't know what pre-season. All the players say it's so important when you get good pre-season underneath you. It means a lot. So and maybe he's going to play the Lingard road, and Lingard. I mean, if he comes, he comes. If he doesn't, and I think we got a ready replacement for that, and looks like he's adding goals to his game and confidence.
Who do you think's the ready replacement, Jazz, for Lingard? Who do you see is coming in?
See, it's hard to work out West Ham what the hell's going on. I mean, if Lingard comes in, then what are we going to do with Ben Rama then on the form season? Who are we going to kick out? Fornals? I don't know. I mean, it'd be interesting. I mean,
I think Fornals has got to step up this year, though. I don't know about anyone else here, but I think this year he has got to start contributing in the final third. Like,
I don't think he's not contributing in the final third, but I think his finishing leaves a lot to be desired. That I will give him, criticism for. But I think his general link-up play and sort of bringing others in and creating chances, I don't think that's particularly an issue. But the finishing is just, I mean, I know he scored the couple in the last game of the season. So, maybe he's been working on it, the finishing and all that, and hopefully he carries that on. But I think the general trend was if he had an opportunity in the, sort of like the last third, to pull the trigger, it was like, So,
I mean, I don't know. What about Bowen to Liverpool? I don't think that's got any legs. I think
that can't happen, can it? We can't let that happen.
He's one of my favourites, so I hope not. But so that prediction 7th from James and everyone was based on the really, because I'm always hopeful and positive, and I'm hoping we get 4 or 5 over the line. And we haven't got any injuries.
Where would you be disappointed though, Jazz? Like, I know you say 7th, but what would you look at it and go, that's a terrible season for us?
I think
I'd say about 12th downwards.
Bottom 10. We should not be finishing bottom anymore at minimum.
Yeah, I agree on that.
11th would be terrible. I want to see us on that, what used to be the first page of the league, get in there. But it's West Ham, and am I surprised that, I don't know what the date is, how many weeks, we've got no one over the line. Couldn't make it up. Just couldn't make it up, mate. Just deep down, I should have known, and just leave everything too late, really. I mean, I mean, there's lots of players who've gone and we've connected with. I don't think they're not the manager. Armstrong and Ings are not David Moyes type of players. So I understand why they didn't come. And then 25 million for Ings is pretty hefty sum for injury-prone 28, 29-year-old. But hit the ground running. He scored after 25 minutes, and Villa are playing with 2 up front, I think, this season. But another thing we should look at, our fixtures are quite reasonably easy than last season. So hopefully that'll help a bit. I don't know. Yeah.
Is it Newcastle, Leicester, and then Palace? I think it is the first 3. Yeah.
Perhaps
see the one for me is we done that so well for so long. We only lost like 3 or 4 games to teams in the bottom half, and we need to do that this season. If we do that, we'll have a good. It'll be great to beat the likes of Tottenham. Like, if we finish in the top, I would take 2 defeats to Tottenham if we finish in the top half. I know it's you're saying it will hurt, but a top half. What? So you would rather do the double over?
You're not married to a Tottenham fan. It's easy for you to say that. I've got to put up with that.
All right, let's do it. All right, let's do a vote then. Yeah. So we'll do the double over Tottenham. Yeah, and finish in the bottom half, or we lose to Tottenham twice and we finish in the top half. What would you rather?
Depends if it was 11. I'll take 11th and beat Tottenham twice.
But
goal difference.
My life wouldn't be worth living. Honestly, my life would not be worth living.
I couldn't do that.
I'll take that. No, but does that include it finishing above them? Because that's important that we finish above
them. All right then. We lose to them twice and we finish above them.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah.
I'll kind of take that.
Yeah, take that.
No,
everyone in the chat as well. Come on.
Finishing the top half would have to finish in Europe. That's one thing I would say. If you
got to be Europe every year, This is why it's last season. I think so. Being realistic.
All right, then. Let's set it one more. Just try and set it one more to Gatesy, yeah? Top 8, lose to Tottenham twice, and finish above them.
Oh, Jesus.
I just want to finish above Tottenham.
I can't say it. I just can't. I cannot accept that.
Mike, would you take that, Mike?
Do you know what? You're like our version of Daniel Levy, aren't you? You're trying to sort of like, really sort of negotiate a good deal.
Yeah, it hurt, but I'll take it.
It'll hurt, but I'll take it.
Can't we at least have a draw in one of the 2 games? Like a 3-3 in the last minute. Can't we at least do that?
No.
Yeah.
Do we have to have 2 defeats? Do you know how difficult that would be?
All right, Gatesy, I'll add one more. We'll beat them in one of the cups, so we'll get one win out of them.
Okay, I'll tell you what. If it was to be an FA Cup semi-final to get into the final, I'd take it.
Imagine that.
The final itself. If we beat them in an FA Cup final, I'd take 2 defeats in the league, finishing above them and beating them in an FA Cup final.
Do you know what? I'd love the FA Cup, but it would be good to beat them over 2 legs in the Carling Cup or whatever it is. Imagine that, beating them over 2 legs and getting them the final.
It's still going to be they're going back to a 2-legger this year then.
I think
it was just a straight semi-final last year because of COVID, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. I think. Yeah.
What Gatesy? What do you think about? Obviously, Antonio is going to play for Jamaica at some point this season. How many games they've got? I mean,
I know what James's thoughts are because we discussed it last night, didn't we?
That's a big
my thoughts are he's only going to have one opportunity to play in a World Cup, and he's been such a great servant to the club. I can't find a reason to deny him. I know that it's going to, there's the travelling because he's probably going to be involved in the qualification process as well as the tournament itself. Excuse me. So I know as far as West Ham is concerned, it would be detrimental to our chances. But the thing is that, fundamentally, we should have more than one striker at the club. We shouldn't be just relying upon
three. Should have 3.
Sorry to interrupt. Yeah. Have you seen their actual team who's eligible and committed to them? Yeah, from England, yeah? Jamaica.
You've got
Antonio,
the fella
Andre Gray, Liam Moore from Reading, Kemar Ruth from Rangers, Ravel Morrison, Damari Gray, Ivan Toney, Nathan Redmond.
Tony, really?
Nathan Redmond. This is Jamaican.
Oh, Ken, why did you have to bring that one up? Why? I remember that. It was 3-2, I think. Oh, that was painful. Ken.
I'm just going to name a couple more, yeah?
Stuart Pearce,
so Bobby Reed as well from Fulham, who's a decent player.
Yeah.
Michael Hector. Yeah. There's a few players. They've got a decent amount of players.
Leon Bailey.
I find a very hard time.
I think John Barnes would have qualified for them back in the day. Yeah.
No, for Mikel Antonio, I find it very difficult, despite the fact it would obviously put a little bit of a dent in our thing. But the fact that he's been such a great servant for the club, this is his one opportunity to play in a World Cup. I can't sort of like find a reason to turn around and say no. I wish him the best of luck. I seriously do, and I know that might come back and bite me on the arse. But for him, as I say, because he's been such a great professional, a great ambassador for the club. He's one goal away from being our all-time Premier League record goal scorer, jointly, and 2 from breaking it outright. I can't find a way to sort of deny him. And I know, I know it's probably setting us up for a fall because he'll probably go play in a qualifier for Jamaica. He'll probably get injured, and everybody will be saying to me, "There you go, Gatesy. That's why it shouldn't have happened." Blah blah blah. But
it's not his fault.
If he did pull up, though, if he did pull up, how would you feel though? In all seriousness, like if he pulled up,
obviously I wouldn't jump for joy, James. Obviously, I would not jump for joy. But like I say, from a personal point of view, for Mikel Antonio, the person, not Mikel Antonio, the player, or the West Ham employee, more to the point. I find it very difficult to say to him, no, you shouldn't represent the country of your parents' birth at a World Cup in the only opportunity you're going to get to play at a World Cup.
And when would you have to go there for that? When would that?
It'll be the same as England friendlies. So it'll be like, I think they've got like 6 games to qualify, and then obviously he'll be away for the whole of December when the World Cup is.
So basically, then he's going to be flying out, going to probably America, Mexico. So
it's all right.
Like
he's got the Bob Marley stuff to keep him mellow. He'll be fine on them flights.
He's got the old Jamaica's finest
first class ticket. Yeah, it'd be lovely.
I just think, coming back though, he's gonna. If he ever, not saying he gets injured, but say he comes back with a jet lag and everything, it's just.
Yeah.
Or maybe I'm looking at it from a selfish West Ham point of view, but he's their only striker.
Yeah, naturally.
Do you know
I'll tell you what, though, he might not.
But we should have more strikers at the club, and that's not his fault.
Yeah. No, it's not fault. Yeah, not his fault. Yeah.
What was that, Mike?
All those players you just read out there, Andy, he might not get in that side.
Nah,
Yeah.
he will.
He didn't get in the Gold Cup squad, did he?
No,
Oh.
he didn't. So, I mean,
Was he injured though? Was he injured at the time?
No.
I don't know.
No.
I think he missed out on the squad. I'm pretty sure
He
missed
was
out on the squad.
he was in the provisional. I think it was a 60-something man
you're
squad.
right. He was in the squad.
They had a huge provisional squad,
Big
and he
squad.
was in it, but he didn't make the final. I think it was a 26-man squad. I think.
Yeah.
And he never made it for reasons I know not. If they've got a better striking option than Michail Antonio, then I wish Jamaica the best of luck.
Yeah. I mean, he should get in there, but there's a chance he might not.
I think the thing what will be frustrating is the same as what's happened to Creswell. I don't know. I think Creswell's got 2 caps. Kemp may correct me wrong.
Yeah.
Is the thing what I find frustrating is the likes of Creswell, Antonio done it for England, or if Jamaica called him up, he does all that flying, doesn't play, and then coming all the way back. It's either he's going to go there and play. It's the same for England, like that. Creswell, I'm
not being funny. Same could happen to Ben Rama.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he goes all the way, sort of like to sort of North Africa. He might not play. There's no guarantees for anyone.
I just remembered saying if Algeria qualify, you got the African Cup of Nations, ain't you, this year?
Exactly. They've moved it now. They don't play it sort of January, February now. Is that right? They've moved it now to the summer. Yeah.
It's in the summer, is it? Oh, right.
Yeah, so it doesn't tend to sort of.
Do you remember Chelsea and Arsenal? They had about 12 players missing it. Both of them, didn't they, back in the day?
Yeah.
I bet they changed the rules a bit.
I remember that as well, Kent. Yeah.
Does anyone know with this Origi deal? Is it loan or is it perm? Because we're only.
I think it's a loan, mate.
Right, we're only allowed one more loan then from Premiership club we were looking at earlier, weren't we, Milesy? Yeah. Only allowed one more then. Yeah, one more allowed.
Who would you like to get in? Would it? I think it'd probably be Oxlade, wouldn't it?
No,
maybe 2 for the price of 1.
No, you can't get 2 from the same club. You can only get 1 from the same.
Can you
club.
not?
No,
I think it's only one.
Only one. Yeah. We'd take
so who would you reckon?
There's loads of names out there. We spoke earlier, Ross Barclay and the Fulham.
Might have to be a striker.
Origi.
No, that Chelsea big guy in midfield we were talking about.
Loftus-Cheek.
Yeah, got in. Good, loads, so many, isn't they? On the outs.
I think we're all right though for midfield. Wouldn't you not agree? Like we've got Noble there. Like Coventry can come in. He's done all right. I must admit, this pre-season he surprised me. Obviously, Lanzini can do a job in there. Like, and obviously Rice and Souček are going to be the mainstays in there. So I don't think we need another midfielder, in my opinion.
I think Ryan Bird will be Mr.
We'll get him on loan, Ken. Yeah, not in the final year of his contract. I can't see that.
It's buying nothing.
They're going to want to either make a few bob on him, or they'll keep him in the squad and use him where possible.
What will happen is that I think I can't remember who said it. I think it might have been me and Dad when we were talking. You could see Lingard come in on loan, but we have to buy him in January if we can't get the deal done, the transfer.
10,
Do you know what I mean? They'll loan us until January, but then like what we've done with Ben Rama, we'll buy him in the January. We could see potentially that happen.
I think 10.
How much in January would you say?
10.
Oh,
10, I reckon,
10 maximum.
Yeah,
10.
That's not a bad show.
What about you, Mike?
Ashley Young back
10
at
million, get him in January, fine. I'll take that. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we'd have to buy him. I think, but to be totally honest, I don't think he's going to get in United's team. I don't think he thinks he's going to get in their team either, really. So
Do you think they're just playing a game of poker, Mike? Do you think it's just a very sort of elaborate game of poker?
Yeah.
I think Leicester are in there. The Leicester are very interesting.
Yeah, Leicester
for a long time.
Beware of Leicester because
I
mean they seem to do that.
Well, I guess if they lose Maddison, he'd be sort of like he'd be a good replacement.
Yeah, he wanted to go in there and help them. I think Leicester do their business well. They don't mess about. They'll be in there, and if they really want him, I think Leicester will get him.
I think the key for Lingard signing is Declan Rice.
Yeah, they've had words, haven't they? Saying, "Oh, I'm going to be off next year, mate."
Yeah.
It's Declan Rice, but we the problem is what's frustrating is, like you said, I know other players have done it, but we needed when we started to do our tier list, Gates. I remember that seems so long ago. We were saying we'd need five them without any departing.
Yeah.
And look how many have left this summer as well. So
someone put in the comments right the other day when we were doing the show with Jake. Someone put in the comments that we haven't replaced anyone at the minute. Balbuena, Anderson, Haller. There was someone else he mentioned, and that we haven't replaced. We haven't replaced any players. All the players that's gone. We've not replaced no one, which is a bit of a worry considering this is our first European tour.
Newsflash, gentlemen. Sorry to interrupt, Jays, but newsflash. Malmo 4-2 up against Rangers, it seems. So Rangers might be dropping into the Europa League.
I wanted to get them in our group, but never mind. Yeah.
Well,
that'd be interesting.
Free.
No, there will be, Jazz. They'll be in Champions League qualifying.
Yeah, that's a Champions League qualifier, so they'll drop into the Europa.
I'm straight.
No. They got Europa qualification. I was told before.
Yeah, but I mean, we could still, if they get through that. No reason to think why they wouldn't.
Yeah.
We could end up having a Battle of Britain on our hands. Fancy a trip to Glasgow, chaps?
We're all right with Rangers, aren't we? We're all right with them. We'll be all right.
Yeah. That's an hour plane ride. That's not bad.
Yeah. What could possibly go wrong?
Glasgow's a flipping good night out. I flew from City Airport a few times for work, and literally we booked. I think in the space of. We was doing this office move, so a client was moving to a brand new big office, but we were doing it gradually because they didn't want us to slack during the week. So we was going there. So we went there 4 weekends, and I think I only done 3 days. I was just on the piss all the time. I was getting paid, but I was literally just out and literally they love West Ham fans. You get talking to them. Oh, where are you from? West Ham fan. It must be because of McAvenny as well.
Ray Stewart, loads of them we used to have back in the day. Tommy McQueen, all them lot. Yeah. I bet you had superintendents on tap, didn't you, naughty boy?
When we played Celtic, there was all the West Ham
fans
bells. Rangers pub.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I saw that, Mike.
I've got the famous.
Did you go up there?
No, I didn't go up, but I saw it on Twitter, and they all went. Yeah. Well, they made the right decision, didn't they? Playing Celtic, going to a Rangers pub, that can't go wrong.
The enemy of my enemy is my friend, as they say.
Yeah, definitely.
No, right. I think they're all right as well. They're all right, good lads.
Yeah,
they're all right, lads. Yeah.
But no, it's just. I don't know about you. I know it's the lack of signings, but. Obviously, I'm going to that West Ham Fan TV event on Friday, which I'm absolutely buzzing for. I literally cannot wait, to meet all them lads as well.
I wish I was with you, mate. Yeah, it's one of those things. It just hasn't fitted with me schedule. It is what it is. So
but I don't know about you. I know I'm not drinking. Well, I'm drinking the soft drink. Well, not soft drink, but the spirits and the diet drinks on Friday. But I'm just looking forward to just chilling out down here in the bar and watching all the Premier League unfold. I have missed it so much.
Yeah,
and I know a few like Kent's going on Sunday. I wish I could, but it's just a long. If it was a Saturday game, I'd been all over that. But that's a long drive back on a Sunday.
Sunday for Monday morning, isn't it? That's the problem.
Yeah.
Can't you get a flight?
No flight.
Can't you get a flight from City Airport or somewhere?
Can't get a flight.
Can't get a flight.
No.
200 quid return on the train.
Yeah.
200 quid return on the train. They want 200 quid return.
Wow.
As soon as them tickets, Kent. Correct me if I'm wrong, Kent. You bought the train tickets as soon as the fixtures come out. I don't know what Kent paid, if you don't mind telling you, but
he got the train ticket before he got the match ticket, did he?
Yeah, he booked it as soon as the fixtures come out, he
took
got
a
the
chance.
ticket, I believe.
That's confidence.
Glad
Isn't
it worked out for him.
Let's be honest. That's confidence right there, isn't it?
Or if not,
Yeah.
I'll drive down and get a hotel. I'll drive down there. Yeah.
Make a long weekend of it, wouldn't you, Jazz?
Yeah. I don't like to train. No, I don't like to rush it. Get your own car. Get there early. Yeah, and get a few lads.
If any of you've been, I'll tell you what's a shit ground. Stadium of Light. Fucking hell, that's a shithole.
It looks like
Really?
a whole area. Apologies to anyone watching, but yeah, when I watched that Netflix thing, I wish Netflix did a show every season. I just like them suffering. I'm a cruel git. But
could you imagine them coming to London Stadium?
Pardon, James. Sorry.
Anyone been to Middlesbrough?
Yeah, I went to there as well when we won. When Andy Carroll scored 2 goals, when we beat them as well, 2-1.
Is that in an industrial site or something like a factory?
Yeah.
Mate, I think we played them in the week 3. I think I had 4 layers on and I was still fucking cold. It was ridiculous.
I think when you reach Birmingham and start driving up, it's all warehouses all the way from then on. That's it. The whole scenery just changes. You know? That's why I like the South.
The North.
No, that's why I like the South. I love Sussex, Hampshire, Bournemouth, Southampton, and Cornwall. And I'm just a southerner, mate. Yeah. Right, there you go.
I'm going to have to get at least one away trip in this season.
Yeah.
What do you reckon, boys? What would you recommend? What do you reckon?
The last away game I went to was Wolves away.
Yeah.
Went to Wolves away. That's a lovely little grain. I mean, that's a nice place to go. And,
was that season before last, or?
Yeah. Obviously not last.
Is that
season.
when we got smashed?
Pre-COVID, yeah.
Oh, it's when Snodgrass
3-0, wasn't it?
Right in front. No, we lost 2-0.
Oh, 2-0, yeah.
2-0.
That was on Prime Video, as I remember.
Yeah, that
was one of the games that Prime had.
I'll tell you what, one of the best atmospheres. I went to it when Haller scored 1-0, Southampton away. That is a great. That is a great day out. Yeah, that's a great day out.
Yeah.
What, St Mary's?
Yeah.
What's so good about it then, Milesy, in your opinion?
Right. So it was an R5 kickoff. It was on Sky. I remember that. Yeah. So I got to London Victoria at 7. I got the 7:30 coach. I paid £20 return on the coach, National Express coach to Southampton City Centre.
Get in there, mate.
Paid £25 for the ticket. That was cheap because that's how much they charge. And literally, mate, I was just walking around all different pubs.
It's a nice friendly town, nice friendly club. Yeah. Nice.
And it was around Christmas time.
It was around my birthday.
Yeah, it was around Christmas time, and then they had like a beer garden in the town centre. So you walked in there, you had mulled wine and everything. I was wanker by about
mulled wine.
Couldn't even see.
Very
I couldn't even see. Oh, Kent's in the chat. Let's have a look. Here we go.
Yeah, he's going by car. Okay, he's going by car. Oh, he's not going by train. Yeah, just get a car, mate.
I couldn't remember. If it was a room or a train fare, but I remember. Yeah, Kent.
Here, have a look at this. David's made this little prediction: West Ham, Celtic, Rangers, Leicester, Sparta, Prague. What is that? Is that what you think we're going to get? Isn't it? Is that your sort of Europa League? But that's 5 teams, isn't it? I don't think they're going to have 2 Scottish teams in there.
Or he means one of them. No. You can't have one from the same nation.
You can't have Celtic and Rangers in the same group, David. If you're doing what you think we're going to get as a group, and you can't have obviously West Ham and Leicester as well.
Seeded same, I think.
Sparta Prague.
I think Marseille. I think we're going to play against Uber Eats, man.
Marseille's
a rough reception he's going to get.
Marseille's a rough town, I've heard. I've been up there a couple of times, but it's rough. Bloody hell.
Newcastle, what Reece is there, Norwich is a great away day. I must say, if we go out and have a good
world,
Norwich is nice, right near the station. The ground's right near the station. Good nightlife up there and all.
James, how far are you from Arsenal's ground? Not far, eh?
No, I'm in Dagenham, mate. So
you moved? You originally used to be, didn't you? I used to be.
I used to be in North London. I used to be in a place called Crouch End, which is like 10 minutes from Arsenal ground. Arsenal's not a bad ground to go to.
I agree with what Ken said there about Bournemouth, though. I went there when it was a 3-0 when Callum Wilson handballed. I've never cried. I nearly cried that time.
And then he did the interview afterwards, didn't he? BBC Match of the Day.
Oh, that's why I hate that guy, but I've got over him. Bastard. He's got a bigger smile going when he walks on the pitch. He's got a bigger smile. He smiles at the defenders. He's like, can you imagine?
What's the worst lower league ground you've been to, though, in the cup game? Right.
The worst.
Gillingham was bad, I heard.
Gillingham.
Gillingham is bad. Yeah, I've
Priestfield.
been to Gillingham.
Yeah.
Gillingham's a shithole.
Don't say that. Duke's
Gillingham,
listening. Duke's
The
listening.
town,
Don't say that.
the ground, Priestfield.
I went to
Priestfield's a shithole.
when I was younger, when we got relegated. I went to Brighton's old ground.
Yeah, so did I. Yeah, I've been there.
What was that called? The Keep Moat was that? Is that the Keep Moat?
The
Stadium?
Goldstone ground.
Goldstone ground
Goldstone.
ages ago, didn't it?
Because they played for a few years. They played at Gillingham for a little while, and they also played at
Goldstone's
was it the Withdean?
Yeah,
That's it.
Yeah,
We're
it's that
down,
weird
thinking,
track, all the
Yeah.
way around it as well. And I remember that bloke. Oh, what was his name? Virgo. Oh my god, I couldn't stand that bloke with the flipping massive hair. Virgo. Defender.
Virgo?
Oh.
Adam Virgo.
Super player, John Virgo. He's got big hair.
Yeah.
Big break. Big break.
I heard the old den was bad. Millwall's old ground. That was really terrible.
Yeah.
Oh, the old den. Jesus, yeah. Yeah, there's a load of houses there now. I work around there quite a lot.
Why didn't you
Breakfast
like
news to I'd like to go there. That'd be decent. Have they got a pub on each corner though, like Griffin Park used to have? If not, then
Yeah.
I've been to nice pubs near Chelsea's ground. God, I took the missus to a really nice. It's like a wine bar pub, and I told the guys, like I said, Chelsea's ground's down the road on a Saturday.
Yeah.
What do you turn it into something else? She goes, not really. And I could not imagine a posh place like that is next to a football club like that. I'm shocked. You know, Chelsea.
Fulham's all right.
Chelsea. Yeah, they're beautiful. I'm
Fulham's
like,
nice.
because I was thinking that the fans are
Thames.
going to. I was thinking the fans are going to turn the place upside down on the Saturday. What do you guys do? I don't know if they change the front or something. I don't know.
I love the fans, I love the club, and I love what the owners do, but I fucking hate going to King Power. Them fucking clapping.
Leicester's a bit of a up and down, up and down.
Hell.
Up and
Mike,
down,
have you been?
Yeah, I've been Leicester.
I've been to Leicester, yeah.
It's horrible, isn't it?
Yeah.
Literally, I was the first row
Yeah.
next to him as well. And literally, I was like, you're fucking getting on my nerves. And I was like, I went there when we lost, when they stayed up. Do you remember the Great Escape, what they done?
Yeah.
Cambiasso.
Yeah.
Oh,
when they won the league, they were nasty, diving, cheating. Remember Andy Carroll got him done for a penalty?
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't stand Leicester. I can't stand them.
Yeah.
that was the Buccaneers season, wasn't it?
Do you remember the dirty centre backs, Robert Hoof and Morgan? Dirty little kids.
Oh, Wes Morgan, yeah. He's retired now.
Yeah, last season. But I remember Hoof when he cracked someone's cheekbones, punched them straight in when the ref weren't looking. Dirty piece of. Yeah, he was.
What about Palace?
I'll tell you what.
What about Palace away?
I went to Sellers Park when Wimbledon played there. And we went there and we had 3 parts of the ground and Wimbledon had one side. I can't remember. We must have won. I think it was
crazy
when Sinclair and Di Canio and that was playing. And I mean, we had 3 sides of the ground and like Wimbledon
and had one and they had a home team.
I think this is what we used to do to Loftus Road. We used to take over Loftus Road back in the day, all 3 ends. Yeah.
That's a ground that needs updating, isn't it? Loftus Road, Jesus Christ.
It looks like a Sabita ground, doesn't it? It's weird.
Yeah. But there you go.
I'll tell you
gentlemen.
one ground though, I don't never want to go to is Stoke. No way will I want to go there.
I've been to Stoke.
You've been to Stoke, have you?
The wind whipping in.
I'll tell you the one game I wish I was there was when Arnautovic scored. When Arnautovic scored 2 goals. I wish I was there on that one. Do you remember when he gived it? When he scored?
To Mark Hughes.
Great game, yeah.
There you go.
Didn't Mark Hughes wanted to come on the pitch and confront us?
He wanted to have a go at.
Oh, yeah.
Because they had to go each other in the press, didn't they, when he went? Yeah.
Right, gentlemen, I'm going to wrap it up. However, before I do, those of you that are watching, thanks for sticking with us. Please stick around just for a little bit longer if you don't mind. The usual appeal is coming your way. It's on the banner there, but this is on the description below YouTube and Facebook. So if you're watching there, all I need you to do is copy and paste that banner onto your social media platforms and just put a little note. This is young Isla. We know the score. She's struggling with neuroblastoma. Her family have got to pay for the treatment wherever it may be in the world, flights to wherever it is in the world to get the treatment, all of the associated costs and everything else. Guys, this is a family that's in dire need. Now, we as West Ham fans, we like to pride ourselves on the fact that we are a family and all the rest of it. So this is a member of our family that needs help. It's real simple. You've got the Just Giving link there. If you, like I say, put it on your social media platforms with a little note saying what it's all about, to try and get your friends and your followers, to have a little look and maybe consider putting a couple of coins into the pot. And if you want to put a couple of coins into the pot as well, so much the better. Said it before, I'll say it again, guys. This is a race against time, and we need to make sure that this little girl is on the right side of that particular race. So let's come together and let's try and do a little bit of good. Thank you very much indeed for your attention. And one last thing before we wrap it up is please make sure you drop a like on the video, because it really does help the channel. Subscribe to the YouTube channel and make sure you hit the bell icon to be notified of any new content whilst it is uploaded. Gentlemen, Jazz, James, Mike, Andy, thank you very much indeed for your attendance. Andy, what are we, my friend?
We're fucking massive, mate.
We are. And from the rest of us, you're going to get... Come on, you Irons.
Go on.
Stay safe, gentlemen.